There's a YouTube video that I'm going to link to in the description from a popular YouTuber who has a Tesla Model Y and explained why his Tesla Model Y is a bargain. I couldn't agree with him more. There's been a video or some comments getting around lately talking about how the BMW iX3 is a much better car than a Tesla Model Y. But the iX3, it's way more expensive than a Tesla Model Y, and it's missing some major features that I believe make the Model Y a much better car. But that's just me. Here's what Jeeves had to say about his Tesla Model Y. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans. Welcome to all the new subscribers. It's great to have every single one of you. And thank you for your support on Patreon. Really couldn't get this all done without you. Now, first of all, the video is worth checking out. It's only 11 minutes and 44 seconds long. Very well summarized. I like this guy's style. According to the YouTuber Jeeves, the Tesla Model Y has several advantages over much of the competition in its price range, and, well, even advantages over some of the competition that are not in its price range. Some of the features that are in the Model Y you can't get in supercars or hypercars. Doesn't matter how many millions of dollars you're willing to pay. I think it's worth considering that. I'm going to point out what I think is the biggest feature in a Model Y and a Model 3 as well, that you can't just get elsewhere, and it completely changes your ownership experience. But first, 5 key points here. Let's summarize this. Let's be quick. Jeeves mentions that the starting price of the Model Y is very competitive compared to other gas and electric cars in its segment. It offers a good value for the features and the performance it provides. Starting price, what is it in Europe? It's around 45,000 euros on average across Europe. Not in the UK where everything else is more expensive, but Europe around about 45,000 euros. That's for the single motor rear-wheel drive. And that makes it more affordable than pretty much all the competition and in that price bracket for cars of that size. In the US, I think it's even better value than what it is in Europe. Why? Well, because the base model, Model Y, is all-wheel drive, and it has the performance of what we used to say were basically super SUVs only a few years ago. It's actually ridiculously cheap when you think about it. 5 seconds, 0 to 62 miles an hour. There's no gasoline-powered car even close to that price that can do that performance. There's nothing. Now, many people don't care about that, but I mean, in everyday driving, it makes it much, much nicer for overtaking, for lanes, for taking off. Just the everyday experience, I think, significantly improved by having a dual motor vehicle that can do that kind of performance. But at that price, it's simply unprecedented for a vehicle this size. In my personal opinion, that makes it one of the greatest bargains. No, maybe the greatest bargain on sale. I'm talking about the US model here, by the way. The long-range version outside of the US, it's great, but it's just not the same bargain as the US model is. Point number 2, service and charging costs. Jeeves highlights that the Model Y has lower service and charging costs compared to similarly priced cars. In fact, similarly priced electric cars, gas cars, any similarly priced car, the Tesla Model Y has the lowest cost of servicing, period. Why? You don't have to service it at all to maintain your warranty. You can service it with your local mate. You can service it wherever you want, wherever it's the most affordable, or you can just not service it at all. That's an option. Therefore, it's clearly the lowest to actually service. Now, charging. Of course, Tesla's extensive charging network and lower maintenance requirements contribute to cost savings over time. If you look at Europe, Tesla superchargers are on average the cheapest all across Europe. Same thing goes for many places around the world. Point 3, performance. Now, I just spoke about that, but Jeeves does as well. And he says the Model Y offers impressive acceleration and range compared to other SUVs in its price range. The long-range version in particular provides a significant amount of range and a very fast 0 to 60 mile per hour time. Now, I just mentioned the standard model, which I think is the best value model in the Model Y range. Why? Well, that model obviously qualifies in the United States for the $7,500 EV incentives, meaning it's just stupidly cheap. It's 40,000 US dollars for a performance vehicle of this magnitude. It's insane. But Jeeves is really talking about the Model Y performance here. And a lot of people do believe the Model Y performance is actually the best value of the 3 Model Y variants. And the Model Y Performance is actually a very similar car in pretty much every country around the world that it's sold in. So what is the price? Well, in the United States, the price is $54,500 US. If you can qualify for the EV incentives, for the US incentives, then that price is $47,000 US. For the fastest SUV under $150,000 anywhere in the world. The thing is, it's not $149,000, it's $54,000 before the incentive is applied. It is an unbelievable performance metric, no matter how you look at it. Number 4, the fourth point that Jeeves mentions. He says the convenience of charging the Model Y at home overnight, taking advantage of lower electricity rates, is a huge benefit to having an EV versus a gasoline-powered car. Of course, then you've got Tesla's supercharger network, and that provides fast and widespread charging options, reliable charging options, easy to use charging options. You simply use Tesla's software in the car to route plan. It tells you where to go, which stations to go to. It knows if the chargers are working or not working. It can send you in the right direction. Very, very simple, very easy to use. And this gives you a lot of peace of mind for long distance travel. It's probably the reason why Jim Farley has just decided to install Tesla charge points on Ford cars so that they can use Tesla's supercharger network. Point 5, the additional features. Jeeves talks about these features like dog mode and preconditioning the car, highlighting the practicality and convenience that they provide. These features, along with Tesla's software updates, which happen pretty constantly, almost every single month, enhance the ownership experience. And Jeeves says this: depending on where you live, you can optimize your charging habits for more savings. To save time and effort, it's best to charge overnight at home. But for my money, probably the best, or at least the most underrated Tesla Model Y feature is one that people don't seem to talk about all that much, but there's more videos about this feature than any other feature that Tesla have ever offered. That's Sentry Mode. Sentry Mode and Tesla's dash cam in combination, the fact that you can record things while you're driving, but also record them when you're not driving. So I'm talking about a combination of 2 different technologies here, really, but it's one and the same thing. Gives you incredible peace of mind. How many times have people been accused of causing an accident that they didn't cause? How many times have people been asked by the police to say, oh, recount the details to us, and then you've got to write out a statement and all this stuff, and someone else saw the accident from a different angle and they saw a different thing, and so their statement might conflict with yours, and the other driver accuses you of doing something, and then, how many times has someone come along and scratched your car when you're not there, and there's nothing you can do about it, or punctured your tires, or done something to you because maybe they were annoyed at something you did, you stopped at a stop sign and you shouldn't have stopped there, or whatever. There's so much peace of mind that you get by having a dash cam recording intelligently all the time, being able to access that footage, not just when you're driving, so that when there's a crash, you can prove it wasn't your fault, or you can just help police prove that it wasn't whoever's fault, whoever's been blamed. You can solve the issues for them. But it's also this peace of mind of knowing that when you park your car, someone is always guarding it. It's like having a 24-hour security guy who never goes to sleep, but he can see all sides of the car at all times of the day. That's amazing. I don't believe there's another car that has those features that work so incredibly well. And I believe that's one of the key reasons why the Tesla Model Y is massively underrated. Now, safety is also the other key consideration here. The Tesla Model Y is the second safest car in the history of the automotive industry, according to Euro NCAP, which is pretty much the gold standard. The safest car in history is the Tesla Model S, of course, quite a bit more expensive. However, the Model Y was like 1 point below it. Basically, they're the 2 safest cars ever. That is another key reason why the Model Y, in my view, is the best electric car to buy now, period, worldwide. I've thought that for a long time. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that on several occasions here. But I just wanted to make it clear. I agree with Jeeves. I think he's pretty much on the money. Now, could you have said the same thing a year ago? No, you couldn't have, because the Model Y was way more expensive. It's now about 20% cheaper. In 9 out of 10 markets that it's sold in now, it's now 20% cheaper. Qualifies for more incentives, especially in the US, and it has extra features. In addition to that, Hardware 4 just came out, right? Now it's got more cameras with 5 times higher resolution. Autopilot will be significantly better, not to mention full self-driving. Well, yeah. Let me know if you agree or you disagree in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.